This week's Greyhound View features all the thrills and spills from the semi-finals of the Ladbrokes 600 from Shelbourne Park and lots of action from the final night of the Crocks Cup from Newbridge.
Well, the Ladbrokes 600, always one of the more popular competitions on the calendar, and tonight we're here for the semi-finals. Promises to be, well, intriguing racing. I'm here with Richard Hartness, of course, of the sponsors. Richard, I know you're a man with a strong opinion. A good stake. It's a shame the top five in the betting can't get to the final with four of them in the second heat, but still some intriguing racing ahead of us.
Yeah, when I first saw the draw, I thought I wondered if Kieran Fallon had made the draw. But no, Bar the Devil looks outstanding in the first heat. It's a shame that four of them have clashed in the semi-final, but I suppose they've got to clash at some time, so, so be it.
Your money would be on Bar the Devil in the first heat. He has a draw. Stuttered a bit last week, but did win. Still looks the part though tonight.
He does, yeah, especially with Bogside outside him. He's going to move off and give him loads of room. So even if he does move off himself at the first bend like last week, he'll still have loads of room. He might not come round in front, but it won't be long before he hits the front in my eyes.
The second heat, it really is one to savour. It's fitting of a final in a sense, with the likes of Ardkill, Jamie, C Senior, and then of course Greenwell Storm and West Tip, two of the fastest dogs in training there also.
Yes, I mean, two of the top Irish dogs in training, Ardkill and C Senior, combined with the Scottish Raider and an English Raider. We couldn't ask for any more as sponsors, and we'd like to see at least one of the so-called foreign dogs get through to the final.
Well, it looks like one of them will certainly get through. We're not going to call them foreign, in fairness. I think both of them started over here. But anyway, if I had to get you to put your finger on one in that heat, what would it be?
I like C Senior. I think whatever turns behind Ardkill Jamie will fetch him out. And I think C Senior, drawn between Greenwell and West Tip, he has a fantastic chance to turn very close to the pace tonight, and I think he'll pick Ardkill Jamie up. Now,
of course, Greenwell Storm, the opening round, posted the fastest time, 32.39, actually beat the two of them. He's a 4-5 to 1 chance tonight. Surely he's a bit big at that.
He is, but that's Greenwell Storm. I mean, he won the Irish Puppy Derby over here, as we all know, and I actually backed him to win last year's English Derby, but he didn't really like Wimbledon or didn't run particularly well there last year. I think he's a bit of an enigma of a dog. He is capable at best, but you don't know what you're going to get.
Well, there you are. There's Richard Hartness' view. But before then, we're going to show you one of these sporting races. Let's join Michael.
The Accelerated Drains 525, 1 Tower Pedro, 2 Makeside Tom, in 3 Katunda Harry, 4 Any Crack Jack, 5 Highbury Lau, and 6 is All Heart. Here now behind traps. And off to go. 4 is off to a flyer, Any Crack Jack, clear to the bend from 5 Highbury Lau, 3 Katunda Harry, and on the 1 checks at that point Tower Pedro, but into the far side it's 4 out front, Any Crack Jack by 3-4 lengths from 5 Highbury Lau, showing a lot of pace in second. Then comes 3 Katunda Harry and 6 All Heart are on the bottom 2 bends, where it's 4 Any Crack Jack. After that flying start, he's still out clear, turning for home. Number 4 Any Crack Jack, 5 Highbury Lau is after him, 6 coming home well. All Heart, it's 4, 5 and 6 at the line, a brilliant time of 28.57. The result of the Accelerated Drains 525, the winner, number 4 Any Crack Jack, owned by Carmel O'Shea and trained by Jim Morrissey. Second, number 5 Highbury Lau, and third, number 6 All Heart, the time 28.57.
Well, Any Crack Jack and Highbury Lau had clashed down in Tralee. They clashed here again, with Any Crack Jack coming out on top. And now we move on to the Yeah Man at Stud Open 550. It promises to be a thrilling event. Let's join Michael.
The Yeah Man at Stud Open 550 in 1 Express Ego, 2 Drubby's John, 3 Tommy's Brett, 4 Katunda Dino, 5 Redwood Minor, and in 6 is Large Mac. Number 1, the hot favourite. And away to go, pretty level start. 3 is off to a flyer, that's Tommy's Brett, leads up from 2 Droopy's John, 1 on the inside and 4 Katunda Dino. Bit of trouble on the corner and it's 3 Tommy's Brett leads into the far side from 1 Express Ego. Then comes 2 Droopy's John, 5 Redwood Minor and 4 Katunda Dino. Into the third bend where 1 Express Ego comes up to challenge number 3 Tommy's Brett. 5 Redwood Minors just in behind him. Onto the final corner and it's 3 Tommy's Brett out front from 1 Express Ego. 5 Redwood Minor up the line, and number 3 is the winner here. That's Tommy's Brett wins it from 1 Express Ego in second, is close for third between 2 and 5, the time 30.17. The result of the Yeah Man at Stud Open 550, the winner, number 3 Tommy's Brett, owned by Martin Bourne. Second, number 1 Express Ego, and third, number 5 Redwood Minor, time 30.17.
Well, Martin, apart from yourself, I'd say the bookmakers are the happiest men here at Shelbourne Park tonight after that victory.
So, not for the first time tonight, if I might say so. They're having a good night over there,
This dog, he's as genuine as anything. He ran last night in the Harold's Cross, beating a Shorthead.
Shorthead, yeah, fantastic dog. Unlucky last night, didn't get the break, but came late. Fantastic dog, lovely dog to train. Best dog I ever had.
And of course, a nice payday as well, 3.5 grand.
Won't go astray, I can tell you that, right? You know, and it's nice to see Bertie get the other half.
This is it. Finifoil, of course, here tonight. Yeah. And I, to tell you the truth, looking at his total price, I don't think too many people were on. What I want to know is, were you on?
I'll tell you, I done the trio and didn't get it. That's the near. I really, he surprised me there tonight. He got out tonight. A great dog to stay, genuine if he gets the break. But looking at the credentials, if you like, of his opposition tonight, fair play to him, that's all I can say.
That's 15 career victories if I get it right.
That's it. It's not too bad, is it?
Not too bad at all.
If you had an old horse doing that, you'd be laughing, wouldn't you?
You'd be in the money. Well done, Mark.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Well, a tremendous victory there by Tommy's Brett, leaving Martin Bourne and the bookmakers smiling. One wonders, will the bookmakers be smiling again after the opening semi-final of the Ladbrokes 600? Let's join Michael.
The first semi-final of the Ladbrokes 600. In 1, Bar the Devil, 2, Bogside Jake, 3, Alan Gale, 4, Bogside Mike, 5, Ton Lawn and 6, Cabrabel. The favourite in 1, the hair behind traps. And away to go. 3 is out well, Alan Gale. So is 2 on the inside, Bogside Jake. 4, Bogside Mike going up. Bar the Devil has it all to do. Will he squeeze through the corner? Oh, there's a pile up. Numbers 5 and 4 turned over. Tone Lawn and Bogside Mike turned over on the corner. And Bar the Devil leads into the far side from 3, Alan Gale. 2, Bogside Jake and 6, Cabrabel. Down towards the third bend, and it's Bar the Devil. Out by 5 lengths from 3, Alan Gale. Then comes 2, Bogside Jake in third. But off the final bend, it's number 1, Bar the Devil, stretching away now and racing right away to win it. Number 1, Bar the Devil. Second is 2, Bogside Jake. And third, number 3, Alan Gale. The time 32.69. But well, that race totally changed on that opening corner. The result of the first semi-final of the Ladbrokes 600, the winner, number 1, Bar the Devil, owned by the Rooster Syndicate, trained by Noel Mullins. Second, number 2, Bogside Jake. And third, number 3, Alan Gale. The time 32.69. Well, this race was totally changed on the opening bend. You see the dogs going into it, 4 of them in a line. And watch Bar the Devil trying to get through on the inside. He really, I suppose, caused much of it by pushing out there. And suddenly, wham, they all came together. And Bogside Mike Tonlawn hit the deck and won. Bar the Devil is left in front. And well, from there, it was all over. It was really only a case then of what would finish second. And Bogside Jake with his normal storming finish. There he is closing on number 3, Alan Gale, and he came through to take second by 1.5 lengths from Alan Gale. But way out front, winning by 7.5 lengths, was Bar the Devil.
Mike, Bar the Devil, he justified the odds going into the bend. It must have been a worrying time.
It was indeed. We just thought he had a bad break tonight. Didn't break as good as he can, but there was a bit of trouble at the bend and he came out of it best and he pulled away from there, so we're very happy.
Like his owner Kieran Fallon, there was a gap on the fence. He wasn't going to give it away to anyone. He forced his way through. There was a bit of a pile up, but then showed his class and went out to win quite readily in the end.
He hates to see he hates to be led, so just like his owner, if anything goes in front of him, he's going to try his best to get back in front again. But we're happy just that he came home safe and that he qualified for the final.
Now, of course, we're about 15 minutes away from the trap draw. Being an inside seed, guaranteed basically 1 or 2.
Yeah, we'll be happy. Either trap, 1 or 2, but just glad to be in the final.
It's nice to be in a final, of course. A Ladbroke and a Derby. He's not being a bad dog for him.
Not bad, no, and I hope his trainer will be able to make it for the final. Noel broke his hip before Christmas and he hasn't been able to get to Shelbourne, so we hope he'll be up for the final.
The second semi-final of the Ladbrokes 600. In 1, High Diz, 2, Arkkill Jamie, 3, West Tip, 4, C Senior, 5, Greenwell Storm and 6, She Likes You. Joint favourites 2 and 4, hair behind the traps. And off to go, and Arkkill Jamie is out fast, so is C Senior. 3, West Tip also well away, but it's Arkkill Jamie leads to the bend from 3, West Tip, and Major Danger in second. C Senior takes a bump from number 1, High Days, but into the back it's Arkkill Jamie by a length from 3, West Tip in second. C Senior displaying huge pace back in third, but into the third bend, and 2, Arkkill Jamie extends the advantage to 2 lengths. It's back down to a length now onto the final bend. West Tip checks slightly, Arkkill moves wide, West Tip challenges on the far side, but Arkkill Jamie wins it. It's Arkkill Jamie comes to the line, takes it from 4, C Senior gets up for second, and 3, West Tip is third. A brilliant run, 32.50 the time. The result of the Ladbrokes 600 second semi-final. The winner, number 2, Arkkill Jamie, owned by Jimmy Mangan, trained by Paul Hennessy. Second, number 4, C Senior, and third, number 3, West Tip. The time 32.50. Now this was a quite incredible race again. Ardkill Jamie showing real acceleration up to the corner, establishing a lead of a couple of lengths. But the real surprise was number 3 West Tip going second on the bend, and number 4 C Senior got bumped there by one high diz at the corner. That put paid to his chances, but he ran a huge race to come back and claim second place at the line. Now at this stage with West Tip, known as a powerful finisher, he looked like a likely winner at this stage, forced to check there, but suddenly it opens up from here in the straight and he just doesn't have it. He didn't have it in those final yards as C Senior came powering from behind to get up for second place to challenge, but not get near number 2 Ardkill Jamie, the 2-length winner.
Well, Paul, a Laurels and Nice Cup over 525 yards, but 600 yards, certainly no problem. Ardkill Jamie tonight, a very impressive winner.
Yeah, he's great coach. He's a tremendous competitor. He'll give everything he has. He's a great dog. You know, we're very, very lucky to have him. As I said, especially to follow on the heels of a dog like Red Tyre Ted. It was the very same. Every night they'd run, they'd give everything they had, and you can't ask any dog to do any more than that. And you know, he has the speed. I suppose he's a top class 5-5 dog, and he has that bit of speed to hopefully keep getting them clear and in for one more run.
Of course, a top class final now in store, probably fitting of a Derby final, let alone a Ladbrokes final.
Yeah, well, you have Bar the Devil, who was, you know, a favourite for last year's Derby. C Sonora is joint second favourite for the Derby at the moment, so like, it's very tough. You know what I mean? There's absolutely no room for error at all at this level. It's tremendous racing. I mean, you know, you give your right arm to have a dog in this kind of a competition, and a dog good enough to run in it. And you know, it's a brilliant competition, always has been, and we're lucky to be in the final, and please God we get a bit of luck in it.
Join us in part 2 for the all-important trap draw for next week's final and the expert's opinion.
The final bend is number 1 Bar the Devil.
After 2 thrilling semi-finals where Bar the Devil, wearing the red jacket in the first heat, came home in front in a time of 32.69, and Ardkill Jamie, running from trap 2 in the second heat, was first through the finish in a time of 32.52. We now take a look at the trap draw for next Saturday night's final and see if these 2 inside seeds got a favourable draw.
The final of the Ladbrokes 600 will be run at Shelbourne Park on Saturday night next, and the draw in 1 Bar the Devil, 2 Ardkill Jamie, 3 West Tip, 4 Bogside Jake, 5 Alan Gale and 6 C Senior. It really is an intriguing contest, a top class Ladbrokes 600 final, but Ardkill Jamie, the way he's running, he has to get the vote to land this prize of €35,000.
Well, we've seen the trap draw, and I think it's safe to say we've got the final we were all hoping for. 4 of the top 5 in the betting did indeed go through tonight. It promises to be an intriguing final. Richard, what's your view?
I totally agree. You know, it went as planned. Bar the Devil probably didn't get the best of breaks, but certainly made his way best of his way home from the first bend. Showed them all a clean pair of heels as expected, and the price represented that. Second semi-final didn't quite prove to be the cracker we hoped it for, with C Senior getting tangled up at the bend, but he duly qualified, and as you say, we've got 4 of the big guns through to the final. As sponsors, we're pleased.
Of course, the draw, not against all that many of the big guns, although C Senior, a nightmare draw out in 6 perhaps.
Yeah, it looks that way because he definitely wants to be coming across to the middle himself, but so does Alan Gale. Although it might not be as bad as it first seems. You know, just looking at him, I'll put him in second favourite at 9-4. I think Ardkill Jamie deserves to be favourite because he looks the sure leader in the final. I've put him in at 5-4. Bar the Devil, trap 1 again. He'll be edging off, but I think Ardkill Jamie will be gone, so he could be setting off sail after him, and put him in third in 11-4.
Of course, Bar the Devil was favourite for last year's Derby final. Have we seen the best of him yet? He's only had 3 runs back after 7 months off.
That's the question. I mean, he's come back. There was a question after the first round whether there was a bounce factor having been off for so long. He's now got through to the final and trap 1 again. What more can you ask of the dog? I mean, it's a very good final, and I wouldn't like to put my head on the block this time.
You've already touched on the qualities of favourite Ardkill Jamie. Starts, stays, a relentless galloper, and then of course C Senior, we've also said about him, hugely fast dog. We can't go without mentioning the other 3, of course. West Tip, the British Raider, one of the foreigners as such, as you said yourself, is there.
He is, yeah. I mean, obviously we're pleased that, you know, a raider from across the waters has made it, so be it. It's West Tip. Obviously Martin brings him over quite often, as you know. Yeah, he's not totally without a squeak. He had a chance of getting to Ardkill Jamie at the last bend, and he just fluffed his lines a little bit. If he turns in the same position again, he might get him next time. I wouldn't say he would, and he wouldn't say he wouldn't.
What sort of price is he?
I'll put him in at 8-1 fourth in.
Of course, the outsiders of the field, Bogside Jake, a really, really strong running greyhound. He's a regular here in the Dublin circuit, and he's running tremendously well for his connections.
Yeah, fantastic achievement to get to the final. Thought he would get to the final looking at the makeup of tonight's race, but he suffered horrendous problems. He was lucky to stand on his feet, let alone qualify, so I think they're just pleased. They've got to be pleased just to have got to the final in what is going to be a cracking final.
And last, we have Alan Gale, owned by the Comerfords, good punters here at Shelbourne Park, of course sponsors here at Shelbourne Park. They'll be getting a big price to their money.
Yeah, they will. I mean, it ran fantastic again tonight to qualify, and has run well throughout the competition, to be fair. Yes, but it's going to be the outsider, and at 33-1 that one, so yeah, big money.
Now, you've given us your view in terms of what way you've gone, the betting price-wise. You've made Arkell Jamie favourite, but I know you don't bet in teners or 20s, you bet more in thousands. But if you had to have some of your thousands on a dog, what would it be?
I think the way he's run through this competition and the fact that he looks an absolute sure leader in the final, Arkell Jamie looks a very solid favourite to me.
Of course, the two main dangers, Season and Bar the Devil.
Yeah, Bar the Devil with a better start. If you can stop Arkell in the first 5 or 10 yards, that'll be very important. Season, if he can overcome trap 6, definitely a big runner. Certainly one of the strongest in the field.
With no doubt, you're just happy with the lineup.
Fantastic lineup, as I said. Earlier on, that the fact that we've got 4 of the big guns through to the final as sponsors, we can't be happier. Hopefully it'll be a cracking race and live up to the billing.
Well, I'm sure it will indeed live up to the billing. It really does promise to be a cracking race. That's it from Shelbourne Park, but let's look forward to next week's contest.
The Crocks Cup, one of the top events on the provincial circuit each year. It's a big event at Newbridge, good crowd here tonight, weather staying kind, a great final in prospect where Tara Lee from Trap 1 and in 4 Phoenix Paddy, they're the big fancies. We'll get along to that race later, but first of all, let's join the consolation final. The Consolation Crocks Cup. In 1 we have Venture Moore, 2 Tara Major, 3 Minty's Top, 4 Skywalker Prince and 5 Balboa, and on the outside in 6 Gavin's Dilemma. Here now coming up behind Traps, ready for off, and away to go. The favourite misses it from 1 Venture Moore is number 5 Balboa, leads to the bend from 6 on the outside Gavin's Dilemma, but number 5 Balboa clears the bend by a couple of lengths. 2 Tara Major now moves into second, and he's a threat. He's a length and a half down, but down the far side it's 5 Balboa leading by 2 lengths now from 2 Tara Major, 3 Minty's Top making ground in third, but around the bottom bends is still number 5 Balboa, being challenged now by 2 Tara Major. Onto the final bend is 5 Balboa, 2 Balboa Major, Tara Major and 3 Minty's Top running on, but coming to the line it's 5 Balboa, leads all the way to win this one, the time 30:11. The result of the Consolation Crocks Cup, the winner number 5 Balboa, owned by the Out of the Blue Syndicate, trained by Ian Riley. Second number 2 Tara Major, and third number 3 Minty's Top, time 30:11. Well, Balboa, an impressive winner of the Consolation. He's trained by Ian Riley. And Ian, of course, has a big say in the major race coming up, the Crocks Cup final, and Phoenix Paddy, the favourite, with a big chance. The final of the Crocks Cup open 5:50. In Trap 1 is Tara Lee, owned by PJ Fahey, trained by Paul Hennessy, a son of Brett Lee and Tara D. He's won 20 of his 48 races. He's a brilliant tracker and has really taken to Newbridge, where he's been fastest in the last 2 rounds. Number 2 is Captain Rab, owned by Ray Patterson and trained by Francis O'Donnell, son of Droopy's Woods and Droopy Shannon, a record of 7 from 26, a big finisher this fellow. In 3 is Comical Mix, owned by the Ordinary Man Syndicate and trained by Philly Goff, a son of Dave's Mentor and Much Nicer. This fellow really running well here at Newbridge, ran a big race in the semi-final when beating Phoenix Paddy by a short head. In 4, Phoenix Paddy, the anti-post favourite for this event after winning the Bank of Ireland 550 at Lifford. Son of Honcho Classic and Bad Toe, trained by Ian Riley for Paul Riley. He's a dog with brilliant early pace. Number 5, Ballygannon Star, owned by Pat Bolton, son of Hondo Black and Sluggers Wood. Ballygannon Star, you mightn't see this fella too early, but does he finish? He'll be flying from halfway. And on the outside in 6 is the second of the Patterson O'Donnell runners, Skywalker Duke, a son of Brett Lee and Lid Pal Louise. He's won 8 from 40. He's a dog well capable of coming away fast and putting in a big run, but he has been slowly away in his recent races. The bell goes for the final of the Crocks Cup, open 5:50. The favourites in 1 and 4. They're dominating the betting here behind Traps. And they're away, and it's number 3 Fast Out Comical Mix, but 1 Tara Lee gets the run up the inside. 6 Skywalker Duke doing a big run on the outside. It's 6 Skywalker Duke, there Tara Lee sprints to the front. Off the second bend, he's gone 3-4 in front from 3 Comical Mix in second, but Tara Lee's a powerful finisher. He's not going to be beaten. Phoenix Paddy producing a big run down the back to go into second place, but Tara Lee, he's still 4 or 5 in front. Onto the final bend, it's number 1 Tara Lee from 4 Phoenix Paddy. Up to the line is 2-1 Tara Lee, wins it in facile fashion. Second was number 4 Phoenix Paddy. It's close for third. We leave that one to the judge. The time 29.96. That was a very emphatic performance from Tirely. The result of the Crocks Cup 550, the winner, number 1 Tirely, owned by PJ Fahey and trained by Paul Hennessy. Second, number 4 Phoenix Paddy, and third, number 3 Comical Mix. The time 29.96.
Well, two happy gentlemen, trainer and owner, PJ Fahey. Newbridge, I think it's your favourite track at this stage.
Oh, it is brilliant, especially to be here with my very good friend Dermot and to win the Crocks Cup. It's really, really special, and I'm absolutely over the moon.
Before the race, you told me that the dam she ran, it was her favourite track, and that her pups are now showing the same thing, and this dog really runs Newbridge to perfection.
Yeah, Tower D, this is her track. She loves this track, and to see Brett and Lee win the final here tonight, the two of them winning here tonight, just proves that the family, they like Newbridge. And I suppose when you think about it, Mary's home village is Newbridge as well. That kind of, sums it all up.
Now, there's also a history to this dog. He's one of your real favourites, apart from Ted probably, but this dog had an injury as a pup.
Yeah, he got, dirty little gash on his shoulder when he was about 9 or 10 months old, and thankfully at the time, the vet, Bill Maher, looked after him and got him fixed up, and he's not shown any signs of slowing up because of it. He's running very well, but I think maybe if that hadn't happened, he would have been real serious to Greyhound. He's a very, very fast dog.
Well, he's not too bad at the moment as it is. And Paul Hennessy, you're pretty glad that he was saved for racing anyhow.
Oh yeah. He's a cracking little dog. He has great runs done everywhere. But he just took to this place like a duck to water. Now, we didn't bother trying him around or anything, just let him off in the stake, and he seems to love it, and he's running great at the moment, and his 4 runs here now is very consistent, and the said trap want to catch him out, but when the heart is in the right place, he ran a great little bend and everything tonight, done everything right.
That's the one thing about him down here. He's really been trapping, which probably wasn't his most consistent element up to this.
Yeah, it was in and out, but then he was running a lot in Cork, and Cork is impossible to trap regularly in Cork, in my opinion, and some nights he'd run well and he'd crack out, but that's typical of Cork, whereas here, I suppose the traps are more consistent, or whatever the reason is, I don't know, but he's a good dog. He's been a good dog from the very start, and he's consistent. I think this is his 22nd race to win tonight, and at the level he's running at, it's a fair achievement,
And what now?
I've no idea. To win the Crocks Cup is a brilliant thrill, because our connections with Dermot and everything. It is brilliant to come down and win the stake, in his place, and we've plenty of options. The Ledger is an option, the English Derby is an option, and Irish Derby and Dundalk International, and you name it, we'll be there.
The world is the oyster, in other words.
Yeah.
People mightn't realise, viewers, that the Galdare prefix is actually Dermot Cox and yourself, Galway and Kildare.
Yeah, that was 3 or 4 years ago. Myself and Deborah decided to get a few dogs, and we were looking for a name at the time, and Galway and Kildare was there, so we fixed up on Galdare, half Galway and half Kildare, and we've been reasonably lucky, but I think maybe we got our luck here tonight. Dermot kept a bit of the Cox magic for tonight, and I think it's our friendship tonight to win here in Dermot's track, it means an awful lot to me.
Well, lads, well done. Great success. Well done.
Thank you very much.
Thanks very much, Michael.
That marvellous performance from Tirely in winning the Crocks Cup has wrapped up a great night's racing here at Newbridge. Another big one for PJ Fahey and Paul Hennessy. And we wonder, will the Irish Derby be the next one to fall to them?
Next week's programme will feature lots of action from the final night of the Ladbrokes 600 from Shelbourne Park, and we'll call into the race centre in Kildare to see how the Greyhound Skill Next programme is progressing.
For a complete fixtures list and more information, log on to the Irish Greyhound website at www.igb.ie.